Hey, what's up, pencil pushing virgin gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. No boo boo cards for the next few days. Going to be showing some cool sleeves from Japan per popular request on some of the opening videos. I'm going to be displaying some of those. We're going to start today with this one. The cool sleeves for today from Japan are going to be none other than Whitney and Meltank. Yeah, causing distress for all kinds of people in the gold and silver era. Some people like Meltank. I like Meltank. That's all right. Cool. These are cool sleeves. This came from the Super Burst Impact collector set. They used to do this stuff back in the day all the time with Japan for like specific sets coming out. Would come with typically 2 booster boxes, a deck box, cool sleeves, a couple extra additional things. Really cool. Retailed for like around $110, $120, but of course now with the prices and stuff, I mean, who knows where that stuff could sell, right? I mean, it's Japanese cards, Japanese prices, got to pay that crazy demand and that crazy whatever. Not another topic, another day. I'm going to be going off. I'm just going to be talking about something that I don't really like a whole lot. If this relates to you, feel free to drop in the comments below. If it doesn't, hey, buckle in. Going to be a fucking rough one. Just, it's me going off on something that's happened lately. All right, so I buy a lot of single cards, right? I buy a lot of things from different places. My preferred platform to buy cards is typically from Instagram. I typically like supporting the community there. That's where I stomp around a good little bit. I'll post pictures there. I need to post a few more. I've been kind of slacking a little bit, but that's my stomping ground. That's where I hang out with people. That's where I'll talk to people the most. I'll send messages back and forth to people, talk about cards, and because of that, I like to spend money there. I like to support actual people that I interact with. Card feels a little bit more special when I actually get it. Slide it in the binder and be like, oh yeah, I remember I purchased it from, said person or something like that. That's pretty cool. It's just one of those things. It's like a community thing. I like it. I've been doing it for years, ever since like I joined the Instagram platform. It's been a great place to do trades, buy cards, and things like that, right? Cool, whatever. Okay? There's a thing that's been kind of happening lately. People put stories up on their posts, or they'll put them in their stories or something like that. I've noticed lately that there's people that will put up cards and they will be like offer up. Not really a big deal. There's people who have done that stuff before. There's this thing though, this late little trend that I've noticed where people are selling all different kinds of cards now, whether it's English, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, any of the other ones, any of the Spanish languages, French, Italian, any of that stuff, right? I've seen where people are doing it now, where they'll be like, offer up or something like that. They won't put a price on their actual listing. So it's like, okay, first of all, if it's a card that doesn't sell very often or like it's not really a commonly known card, if you do that crap, I kind of think that's scummy of you personally, because it's a card that doesn't move very much, and especially if it exists in multiple different languages, the fucking discrepancy between all different languages for cards can be absolutely nutty sometimes. Someone could shoot you an offer, and they have no idea that it's like a high offer, a low offer, or anything like that. We've seen it with full art trainers, we've seen it with all different kinds of high demand cards in Japan. It's something that I personally think is a little bit scummy for somebody to do, and if it's a card that does not move very often. I think you should be doing that work, and if you want to sell it, motherfucker, cough up your own price. Whatever. Okay, sometimes you'll have a card that actually does move around a good little bit, okay? Like, say it's like a common alt art that people will, like, sell, like a really popular one or something like that. Someone will have a card, and they'll be like, offer it up, okay? What's your offer? Selling this? Send me your best offers, right? Okay, I'll go do a little bit of research. This happened with the Japanese alternate art I was trying to get recently, okay? So I went and looked on eBay, saw it was going for this much, went and looked at Japan, saw it was going for this much, went and looked at like online stores that'll sell that stuff, saw it was going for this much. So say it was like a $150 card, okay? It goes for like 150 on eBay, it goes for like 160 here, it goes for 120 in Japan, 130 on Buy, something like that, right? So I'll come back with what I think is like a best rounded offer between all that stuff. If someone wants to see how I got that, I'll typically do it, and I'll shoot like, okay, how's 130 sound for you or something like that, a fair offer, okay? These motherfuckers will come back and they'll be like, well, I just checked and it sells for this much here, so I'm kind of thinking this price, right? And it's like, okay, all right, sure, whatever. Why the fuck didn't you put that price up on the listing then? Why didn't you put that price on where you were trying to sell said card? If you have a price that you're thinking for the card, why not list it for that price? What's the point of even doing an offer if someone offers you a price and you immediately shoot it down, but your response to why you shoot it down is it sells for this much here, so I think it should go for this much here. Okay, well, your listing doesn't have that price up on it. It just says offer up, and it says anybody who wants to offer a price can shoot me what is a fair price. I get low balls, okay? I completely understand it. You got like a $100 card and someone offers you like 15 bucks, $10 for it. I get it. That's a kind of scummy thing. A fair, legitimate offer on a card when you yourself did not set a price, in my personal opinion, if you didn't want that, you should be putting the price up. Like, what's even the point of that? Why even do that to a community in the first place? Like, why even have where it's like, hey, Talk to me. Shoot me some kind of offer. Shoot me something like this when you already have a fucking price in your head. And I know you have a price in your head because it's instant. It's instant. I will offer a price and the motherfuckers will come back immediately. Like, oh, it sells for 150 or 160. So I'm thinking something like, why? Why even offer a fucking, why put the offer in there in the first place? My other, it's another thing too, especially with some of the like higher end Japanese cards, like you'll see people like listing them up, and I'll find the raw price because they have the card price raw, right? It's a card that's just sitting there raw on their stories. Okay, I'll go do the exact same thing. I'll look around, I'll make an offer off that stuff, and then the motherfuckers will come back and they'll be like, for a PSA 10, it sells. Motherfucker, you don't have a PSA 10 card. You have a raw card sitting on your goddamn story, and you're telling me that, oh, the PSA 10 sells for... And it was not really this big of a problem, like in old Instagram. Yeah, we had our occasional fuckface that would kind of show up and do this stuff. But like now it just seems like it's like every other person that like is like offer up. And it's not everybody that does the whole offer thing, by the way. Like I get it. There's been plenty of people that I've made offers to and they've either accepted it or they've kind of put it slightly above my offer or something. Like I get that. That's the whole thing of like bartering in the first place. That's why you put an offer. I understand. And there's several people in the community that do that and it's fair. It's fine. It's not really even that big of a deal. Sure. But it's been like an epidemic where people are just coming up. And that PSA 10 bullshit for a raw card ain't flying when you're selling a raw card. I don't give a fuck if that card is, I've centered it, I put all the calculations, I got out my fucking eyeglass, like did the Steve Urkel calculations, like I don't give a shit. You're selling a raw card. You're not charging me PSA 10 prices for a raw card. That's not happening. We're not playing that game. And quite frankly, like it's just bad seller's etiquette. It's just really bad things to do for like selling. I don't know where this epidemic of shit came from. I don't know why people think like they just like do some work. If you have a price in mind that you want to sell the card for, be a fucking person and put that up. Don't be a little bitch and hide behind the fact that it's like, oh, we're the fucking eBay just offer up and maybe I don't even know why you would do that. Why the hell would you do that? That is the quickest way for me to not respond to any of your messages ever again. And I don't care if it's a card I've been looking for like 2 years and you offer it for like something like kind of reasonable. The fact that I'll remember that interaction is just, that puts me off big time. And I'm wondering if you guys feel the same way. Maybe you have interesting experiences like that as well. I just hate the offer up. Why even have the offer up feature if you have a price that you want? Why do it on eBay? Why do it on Instagram? Hey, offer up. Once again, I get low balls, but like I'm not talking about a low ball. I'm talking about a legit, fair offer up on a fucking card. What I usually will do is sometimes they'll be like, what's the absolute lowest you'll sell it for? Because obviously I want to save a little bit of money, but I want to make sure they feel like they're getting a fair deal for the card too. And usually that works. It's not really that big of a deal. Someone has offer up. Every once in a while you'll get the occasional douchebag, but this shit where it's like coming up even more and more, where it's offer up and it's like, well, it sells for this much. Okay, then ask for that much. Put it up on your goddamn story. Take this post down and then put up a new story with the goddamn price on it. That's all I got. Man, that's I don't know, pisses me off, especially with like stuff like that. It's like, I don't even know why you would do it. That's all I got. Appreciate it, virgins. See you later. Rant over.